I love giving head. They wanted me to shave assholes, and boy have I seen some shit, literally. This is the injection that you do in your dick and it just gives you like rock hard. He doesn't know what BBC stands for.
BBC. So you got your Twitter banned
Twitter.
because his boyfriend cheated on him with you.
He had hair that like grew to the tip of his dick.
That's 4.5 million people paying $30. You've been doing it for so long. Are you afraid you're gonna like age out or like become irrelevant or like?
I looked like an uncooked chicken wing.
Okay. Welcome guys to the Gaze of Our Days episode 2. Today we're here with Joey Mills.
That's me.
So today we are non-formal settings. We are in bed with Joey Mills. We're going to get into very deep dark past of his. It's going to be, the questions that are unfiltered. It's going to be something that no one knew before. So make sure you please subscribe to this beautiful podcast and go check Joey's page. Just go to his page after you watch the podcast because you might not want to come back. You might forget about it.
We want the views on both videos, okay? Not just one.
Yeah, so we want you guys to stay till the end. Well, me and Joey today in my beautiful apartment, Joey forgot. What happened, Joey? What happened? Why
am I here right now? I had a flight this morning.
Okay.
Well, I thought I had a flight this morning. I had a 7 o'clock flight, so I woke myself up at like 3:30 because I was stupid and didn't pack my bag last night.
Okay.
Packed my bag, went to the airport, get to the airport, and like the gate says that the flight is going to Nashville, and I was like, it's definitely supposed to be going to St. Louis. Yeah. And so they're like looking it up and they're like, no, this is the right gate. And I was like, well, it's clearly fucking not because it's supposed to be boarding right now as we speak and it says Nashville.
Yeah. And
they looked again and it was a 7 p.m. flight and not a 7 a.m. flight.
Maybe next time check your ticket, darling.
Yeah. Yeah, that was on me.
I'm surprised they let you in because I thought that you cannot get in unless your flight is like 5 hours before.
Well, no, and they let me check my bag.
Yeah, that's
like normally you can't check your bag more than 3 hours before. My bag's definitely gonna get lost. Like I'm not getting my bag from the airport tonight. My bag is definitely getting lost. It's gonna be in some like LaGuardia purgatory for the next week. So
yeah, I'm surprised because last time I tried to check in, I think it was JetBlue. They said no, we're not gonna check you in until like it's time.
Oh, why were you at the airport so early?
I don't know. Oh, because that's where I like to go.
I like the airport too.
Yeah.
I hate the plane. I like the airport.
Do you have Delta Lounge?
I just got it.
Pure.
I have access to a bunch of them. Or I don't get the Delta Lounge, but I get a bunch of other ones because it's through Amex.
I just like the. You can, if you have Amex, you can have a Delta Lounge. I think because that's what gets
you in the Delta Lounge. Oh, you have to be flying Delta though.
Oh, true. Yeah, you have to be flying.
I fucking hate Delta.
You do? Why?
I hate Delta. Number one, I have a bunch of friends that work for Delta, so when I do fly Delta, I like get upgraded to first class. And I still refuse to fly Delta.
I'm gonna hate crime you right now. Why do I love Delta?
The customer service is such dog shit. Also, they don't have a lot of like direct flights to where I need to go out of St. Louis.
True.
But
sorry, not a lot of planes go to St. Louis.
But no, it's just like if you do anything wrong at Delta, they're not like, oh, like let's see what we can do to help you. They're like, fuck you, buy a new flight.
True. Yeah, that's true. That's what I don't like. Yeah. They will never like restore you money and stuff like. So you try never fly Delta.
Yeah, I'm a Southwest lover, and everybody's like, "Why the fuck?" But number one, 2 free check bags. You know what that would cost you at Delta? Like $140 fucking dollars.
150.
Okay, so you get that, and I'll the $60 that I save on my first checked bag, I'll put and spend $50, and be the first 15 people on the plane.
That makes sense. Southwest though is Boeing, right? What I like about Delta, they fly Airbus, not Boeing.
Oh yeah, I do.
Because Boeing is, is a little bit nervous every time.
They only have a few people trapped in space right now.
A little bit shaky, a little bit nervous. So yeah, but I get it. I respect you for this. I just wanted to mention, if you're not aware, I just called you Sorry, Joey. I just know his real name now. No, I cannot put it. Okay, so...
Yeah, don't say my real name on here, bitch. I've already been doxxed enough. Okay, I don't need my friends to do it.
His real name is Joey Mills, okay? So Joey is actually adult performer. So we have 2 in a row adult performers for our first 2 episodes, but what can I do? This is kind of that people who are the most outgoing and actually down to come to our podcast that no one knows about yet. One day you're all gonna be knocking on the door, right? So, and you're gonna say, I was there. So He's adult performer, and I was thinking when I talked to Joey, I've never had a longer interview with him, longer podcast, nothing. We're just like,
It's always been like short form.
Yeah, it's always short form because all we do is party. So
Definitely.
whenever we're supposed to film, we never do, and since
Yeah, we get drunk instead.
we get drunk instead, which is not a bad thing. But we wanted to say, I was thinking what I can ask him that is like not typical, because a lot of you guys probably seen him on the internet, but just like in 2 sentences. When did you start doing your adult film, and just like a little story behind? I know you can talk a lot about it, so just like in 2 sentences,
It's
so they know
actually-
the
it's-
background.
It's actually a really short story.
Okay.
Growing up, I did not do well in school. I never planned on going to college. I used to tell my parents from the age of like 15 that I was going to be a porn star, a drug dealer, a stripper.
15. Okay.
Yeah, but I can't dance, and I did sell weed, so there was one option left, and here I am. But like I told my parents, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna do porn." They were just like, "Okay."
So
And I was
they
like,
were
"Well, that was
"Ugh."
fucking weird." But apparently, they didn't believe me when I first told them until I asked them for a ride to the airport, and then the oh shit kind of set in.
And then
for
the
'em.
minute you turned 18, you were on a set.
Yeah, I got hired like at 2 a.m. on my 18th birthday,
Okay, that was iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah. When was your birthday?
May 20th,
Okay.
2016.
So
and then
are
I
you-
flew out for my first
Are you
scene on like
Aries? What is it?
Taurus.
Oh, that's nice.
Taurus, Gemini, Cuss.
We love-
May 20th.
We love Taurus. They're
Didn't
like
all
the
that
best people.
change?
Huh?
Didn't all like the astrology shit just change?
I
They
have
like
no
trying
idea.
to change the dates for it or something.
No, like I don't believe in new dates. I just got adjusted to those.
Right,
So-
yeah.
Okay, so you're Taurus doing gay corn,
Mm-hmm.
and you've been doing it for. We're not gonna ask for how
8
many.
years.
8 years. Okay, so 8 years.
I'm working on my 9th.
Okay, so 8 years. Do you consider yourself expired twink, or you're still pushing it?
I mean, I'm gonna ride
As
this
people-
fucking gravy train as far as the tracks will take me.
Your
I
last
would
hater called you the king of twinks. So, do you consider yourself
God.
king of twink?
Fuck you, by the way. Like, I wouldn't really consider myself a twink. Like, I can grow fucking chest hair. I can grow facial hair. When I'm not filming, I usually have somewhat of like stubble, beard.
Do you have like
Um,
makeup sometimes or no? Just
No,
like
I
light
used to. I
foundation.
just once you do this shit for so long, you just kind of stop caring.
True. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm here for the check.
Okay, so 8 years. That's pretty long time. I'm gonna go right in deep. The worst person you had filming experience with.
Like
Who
the
was
worst like studio scene,
uh
or just all the way around.
it can be like anyway anything that comes to your. It can be a studio scene or like just some on the fence experience that you don't have to say his name, but like we can give some people hints.
I'm gonna give you the worst.
Yeah.
Which we won't use the name for that because that's just like mean.
Mean Girls podcast.
And then I'm going to give you just a wild fucking
Okay,
story.
let's do the worst.
Okay, so this guy, when I was working for Helix,
Yeah.
started. He was like
Helix
way
is
older.
a company. Yeah.
Yeah, don't subscribe to them. He was like way like almost like 10, 20 years older than all the other models. Like it was very clear that he just got this job because he wanted like younger boys, which fucking weird, but okay, it's part of the job. He had hair that like grew to the tip of his dick, which like whatever, everybody's got their thing.
Like very
But
hairy?
Yeah, but he didn't like trim it, or he didn't shave it. He like trimmed it,
Mm-hmm.
so it's very much like getting fucked by a cactus, right? But that I'm a professional, I can deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
The issue was that how when people like finish or when they, I don't know if I'm
You don't
allowed
have
say
to
that
go
word
into
on
that,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. So when people finish, they'll kind of like spasm, like it's like
Yeah.
It was that the entire time. We were
So he
filming.
was weird.
It was very just like giving seizure.
Okay. Okay, that's not nice. Is he alive still?
Yeah, I think he
Okay.
kind of dropped off the face of the planet.
Okay.
But I think he's still alive.
He's still
If
alive.
not,
That's
RIP,
good, yeah.
But
Yeah.
he was a sweet guy in person. He just wasn't good in bed. This was also a Helix story.
Bitch got
I was
traumatized in
filming-
Helix.
Right. I was filming with this boy who had just started working for them. I think he filmed like maybe 2 or 3 scenes.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, you could tell he was nervous when we started shooting. We go through like the B-roll, which is the storyline, and we get to like taking off our clothes, like, getting to that part. He kind of like froze up and was just like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. And we were like, okay, like no problem.
He got
Like that's
nervous,
that's like a usual thing. People want a break, whatever. Goes to the bathroom. And we're waiting like an hour. Mind you, like, he's not bottoming. It's not like he's like redouching or anything like that. And like an hour and a half goes by and we go to check on him and he left. Gone. gone. By the time we realized he was gone, this boy had his Twitter deleted, had his Instagram deleted, was literally just did not exist anymore.
He changed his mind?
I guess. But yeah,
And he
so
just like blew you, changed his mind, got scared? Did you make this boy quit porn?
I know, right?
So, like-
He was so. Let me show you a picture of this boy.
Okay.
He was so hot.
Is he still around? Like, is he alive? He's alive, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Well, I'm glad that he, didn't hurt you or anything, because it could have been worse.
I mean, yeah. I hope that he's not traumatized by that. Like, that's really my worry. I'm like, I hope you're doing okay.
When was the first time you've been here ever? Like, do you remember your first time in New York? What did you do here?
The way that I came to New York is kind of funny. First time I ever came to New York, I got hit up by a YouTuber couple.
YouTuber couple. Are they still together or no? That's a
No.
hint. They're gone. Okay.
They're not together
Did
anymore.
not survive.
One of them hits me up and is like, I want to fly you out. Like, you, me, and my boyfriend are going to hook up, like, threesomes, all that, right? So I think I'm, like, going to hook up with a couple. It's not uncommon for gays to be in an open relationship, okay? I'm at the airport, ready to board my flight, like, in line, boarding the plane. And he calls me and he's like, hey, my boyfriend had an emergency in LA that he's got to take care of. I can either, like, rebook you for another time or you can just come. And I was like, I'm at the airport. I'm
You're
just going to
coming,
come.
yeah.
Like, fly out, we're hanging out, we're doing the things. And I think it was, like, the last day that I was here. I think I was here for, like, 4 days or something, 3 or 4 days. And the last day, we go over to his friend's house.
So wait,
and-
when you came here, you did do stuff, even though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh, yeah.
So.
It did take, like, we didn't hook up, like, the first 2 days because I thought that he was a top.
Uh-huh.
And he very
And
much
he
was
didn't-
not a top. So we go over to his friend's house, and his friend looks at him and was just like, so what does your boyfriend think about this? And he looks at him and goes, oh, he doesn't know.
Wait, so he cheated on him?
Yeah. Oh, 100%, which I
Okay.
was not aware of. And then his boyfriend proceeded to find out while I was still there. It was like,
Wait, so his
saying
boyfriend
he's
was
gonna-
at the party as well?
no,
Oh, he later on.
his boyfriend was in LA. Which
Got it.
His boyfriend didn't have an emergency in LA. His boyfriend had a trip planned to LA for a long fucking time, which is why he said this is the perfect weekend to fly this boy in. Like, kind of a good hustle, but terrible thing to do. Don't do
Yeah.
that. And then his boyfriend like figured it out and got all mad and was like going off on Twitter and then sent all of their followers to get my Twitter banned.
So
And that's
you
how I
got
lost
your
my
Twitter
first
banned
Twitter.
because his boyfriend cheated on him with you.
Yeah.
So instead of punishing his boyfriend, he punished you.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they broke up. They might
I
have broken up for a
actually-
little bit, but I'm pretty sure they were like on and off for a while.
Yeah, I
I'm not
actually
sure.
think if someone cheats, if your boyfriend cheats on you, the boyfriend is a problem, not the person he's cheating with.
Yeah, especially if the person doesn't fucking know.
Yeah, especially if the person doesn't know.
Like-
Yeah, because it's not your moral stance to keep their relationships together.
Yeah.
You don't have to, I mean, unless you're like actively pursuing it.
Well, yeah, that's a different story.
That's a different story, but yeah, and they're not together now. Was it a famous
No.
YouTube couple, or would we know their names? Or they were like a little famous and irrelevant?
Back then they were big, but like I guess they had like maybe 1 million, 2 million subscribers, something like
I'm
that.
actually curious who is it now. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty big YouTube couple you fucked up with.
Yeah.
And do you think his boyfriend was morally good for doing this? Like, did you do anything else with him after or no?
I definitely like flew out and fucked him a few more times after.
Like multiple
wait-
times.
Yeah, well, okay, I flew back to New York once. They weren't together at this point. They were broken up, okay? At least that's what he told me. He could have been fucking lying again.
I'm actually very curious who Joey Mill topped. Who Joey Mills
Right?
topped. Like, it's interesting. Was he like tall? Or was he
Oh,
smaller?
he's probably like my height.
Okay, so
Probably
yeah.
my height.
So
a little
like-
muscular, great ass.
Okay, great ass.
Really great dick. I
And you
wish
thought he was a top.
Yeah.
And he never topped you.
No.
He just wanted to bottom all the time.
Actually, I think I sat on it once.
You don't even remember. Might not be that good. It's like,
It was a very nice, meaty, thick dick. It was a great dick.
There is a lot of guys who are straight or like pretend to be straight, and they do injections in their penis in order to stay hard.
Yes, good
What
old
are your-
Trimax.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on like it? Do you think it's like morally good to like fool people in it? Do you have any problem with queer baiters? By the way,
I feel like most of like the bait boys are kind of a little gay or a little bi and like more in denial about it. But like, I mean, there's a huge guy in gay porn that everybody's like, he's straight, he's straight. He thinks he's straight. He's not fucking straight because you text me asking me to suck my dick. So that's not something straight men do.
So
Fun fact.
So is he very famous? I know him.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I have a question because I interviewed a lot of porn.
You have interviewed him.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Now I have.
Here's the funny thing. So he's texting me, and a white guy, right? White guy. He texted me, "You should suck my BBC," and I was like,
White guy texted
"You were white."
saying,
I was like, "You're white," but like English not his first language, so I'm like, "I'll give you a pass." But I'm like, "That's not happening." Also, like, what the fuck?
Is he Latino? No.
And then he goes back, and instead of being like, "Oh, my BWC," he goes, "Okay, I want to suck your BBC then." Still not there. Still not there.
Something tells me he's really into BBC.
Something tells me he doesn't know what BBC stands for.
BBC. Okay, so he just...
Maybe he thinks it means big
like
and beautiful.
Big and beautiful.
Well, because BBW is big, beautiful woman.
Oh, true. Yeah, big, beautiful woman. So there are some guys. So what are your thoughts? Okay, so straight guys in gay porn, like, is it harder to work with them or no? Or it doesn't matter?
Not really. Some of the straight guys that I've shot with have been like the easiest people to film with on the planet.
Okay.
Like Pierce
That's
Paris.
nice to hear, yeah.
I guess Pierce Paris is more like Pan, but he was super, super easy to work with. But yeah, just
What are your thoughts on queer baiters who are like too much?
it is getting a little like oversaturated at this point, so that's kind of annoying. But part of me is like,
I like that a lot
the
of those...
toxicity of it is kind of hot, but like in all reality, like I wouldn't be your friend.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not
Like, I
gonna
wouldn't
hang
wanna
out with
associate,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, but like I'll fuck you.
Yeah.
I'll fuck a lot of people though.
Yeah, that's not like being something
Yeah.
special. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree with you because sometimes I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is like so hot. I would like want to collab, and I don't go into big edges on my videos, but I was like, I would go a little riskier for him. And it's like, I see that he really does everything with everyone. So it's like kind of.
But also like all the straight guys use Trimax. Well, at least in like studio.
Trimax,
porn,
educate us. Is it?
Trimax is the injection that you do in your dick, and it just gives you like rock hard boner for
No matter what.
Yeah.
Can you finish with it?
Some people can, some people can't. But it makes your dick so hard that like sometimes it hurts.
Yo, this is so
Yeah,
disgusting.
like there's people that have to like go to the hospital and get their shit drained. That's not a regular occurrence, but there is like an antidote. I'm pretty sure it's just like it's an antihistamine, and then you just inject that and it goes down in a little bit. But
That's sad. I would not want to put the injections in order to do my work. Why don't they
a lot of
just
them,
do
they
like...
could film without it. It just saves so much time on set because you're not breaking to like get hard again.
Question. Is there truth that there is a flop guy or whatever his name is on a corn sets who makes you hard? If you
Oh, a
cannot...
fluffer?
Yeah, fluffer.
No, that
it's
does
not
not
true.
exist.
That does not
No.
exist. I literally just interviewed a guy and he's like, yeah, there's this fluffer job. I was like, how do you like get this job?
Yeah, I've never been on a set with a
So you
fluffer.
just have to do it by yourself.
Yeah, you go sit in the corner of the room and watch some porn on your phone and fucking jack off.
Okay. Cool, makes sense. Can you like do it if you have a chemistry with a guy? Like...
Yeah, like if you're getting like along with the guy and you have good chemistry, then you like I'll just get on my knees and I'll blow you. And
Is it
that'll get me
often for you to have a chemistry with the guys who are you filming with? Or it's like mostly just like, okay, let's just get over it with?
I would say maybe like 4 times a year.
That's not
like
often.
3 or 4 times a year.
And you film at least like 2 scenes a week, in months, right?
24 scenes a year is what is in my contract.
Okay.
So, but
out of
also like you
24
have
people
to, you also have to consider it's a little hard to build chemistry when there's like 4 people in the room that
Yeah.
are like going about their casual work day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but also like some of the people that I would have chemistry with have boyfriends or partners outside of this, so I can't be like making out with them and shit. But really, all it takes to like have some chemistry with me on set is just like make out and like body contact.
I want to go into the nasty part of doing corn a little bit. Have you ever happened to you, not necessarily you doing it, but like some people you film with some accidents?
I was a production assistant.
Okay, for the corn or?
Yeah, when I worked for Helix, I was a production assistant for their sister site, 18 Boy.
Uh-huh.
And boy, have I seen some shit, literally.
Everywhere.
I number one, I got paid like fucking $12 or $14 an hour. Not enough money, especially considering they wanted me to shave assholes and teach these boys how to douche. Why the fuck are you signing up to do porn if you don't know how to clean your asshole out? Why?
Yeah.
I would love to know.
That's not
And if you
good.
don't know how to shave your fucking asshole, who doesn't know how to shave your asshole? Look in a fucking mirror.
It's giving nerves. It's like doing, because I know that before
Yeah.
the surgeries they have to shave you sometimes and stuff.
Yeah, it just was not. It was not.
Not
cute, but-
comparing nurses to corn industry. Like, let's just not mix these things up. I'm just like first thing that got in my head.
Yeah, but no, there was. I
So
will never forget.
people don't know how to take care of themselves.
Yeah, some people. I mean, I've watched people lose their virginity on set.
Oh.
Like.
And they probably never like douched ever because they don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I watched this guy pull out of another boy, and they were getting like an underneath shot. And when he pulled out,
It was all over.
all over the camera guy below.
That's disgusting. I hope he got some extra.
I doubt it. I'm pretty sure they're on salary.
Yeah.
And then I also watched the guy pull out, and there was just like a perfect little like almost like cartoonly perfect like Hershey kiss of shit on the tip of his dick. I mean, there's many more stories, but
let's
I don't know how. I don't know if we're trying to make a scat podcast.
Let's just not to go into details that much. When was the first time when you realized maybe there was some breaking point into your career when you went from Joey Mills to like Joey Mills? Like was there like some period of time when there's some specific video or like a moment when you like people started to like recognize you more?
I had a little bit of recognition from like Helix and like.
Well, I
those
did think you
scenes.
have a little bit more than you say.
But when I moved to Men, like they're owned by Pornhub. Well, they're owned by the same company that owns Pornhub. So like the budget is there, but also like you're blasted all over the Pornhub ads because I'm sure they get a deal on those. Like, and then I had the elevator scene that came out.
What is the elevator scene?
Where I get like stuck in the elevator doors.
Okay.
You've never seen the ad, girl?
Never seen yet.
Oh, you
I'll
must
check
not
it out
watch
today.
Twink porn. That and then my scene with Felix Fox where the popcorn.
Didn't watch
That
it.
one
But I'll check it
They
out.
charge, I think, the pay site for men I think is like $20 or $30, which is like pretty high.
It's high, yeah.
The video on the paid site has like 4.5, or I'm sure it's higher now, 4.5 million views, which is insane for that like
Little
price.
Yeah.
But-
That's 4.5 million people paying $30.
Yeah.
Whew. We're in the wrong business.
Right? Yeah.
I'm here on YouTube scrambling, making podcasts, vlog. Okay. We should have just started the studio. Okay, so after men.com, you feel like you kind of got more recognition on the
For sure.
street. And so...
They really put a lot of like promo into me, which I do appreciate. Thank you guys.
Okay, so yeah, so that's what you like, your favorite studio you like to work with. Can you like pick some guys? Like, can you tell men.com, hey, can you guys try to get me him?
Oh, if I wanted to shoot with somebody, yeah.
Even-
I could like put them down. I mean, as long as they're not an exclusive for another
Yeah.
site and they're like willing to do it. I'm sure there's some requests that if I made, they'd be like, absolutely fucking not. Like, that's not part of our brand.
Should you do corn if you just turn 18? Based on your experience,
No.
if you were able to come back and, you know, a bunch of girls and guys, but girls especially, I feel like they just wait till 18 and then boom, they're ready to get in. I personally think you shouldn't. I would never do this at 18. Even OIF, just like thirst traps, I wouldn't do it at 18. I don't think it's healthy. What are your thoughts and why?
I personally would be like so for the age being raised to 21. Not because like if people go out and like, I'm not saying they don't want to do it or they wouldn't want to do it at 18. Like I definitely wanted to do it, but like you just don't necessarily take into consideration that like it is a very exploitative industry in a lot of ways, and like you don't think, oh, maybe I should like research this studio before I work with them, or if you're fucking 18 years old, freshly 18, you're excited to work for a new studio, you're probably not reading your contracts that well. Like you just don't have the real life experience to really be able to like clock when somebody's about to fuck you over. And yeah.
So I think that you should work a little bit of a day job before you do this, because
sure.
then you have appreciation for the money. Especially if you're like successful on OF, if you're like making right away like 10,000. Not everyone makes 10,000, and
Yeah, no,
you
not at
can
all.
just forget that it takes a lot of effort to make $10,000.
Yeah. It's very
But
much a job. A lot of people think that you can like jump in and it'll be a quick cash
yeah,
grab. Number one, studio work is not paying your average person
as
that.
much, yeah.
It's not paying their bills. I'll tell you that. Like, the average person, if they're exclusive for a studio, starting out is gonna make between like 800 to like 1,500 for a scene. And if you live in LA, that like covers your rent.
Yeah, and not often.
Like, yeah,
And sometimes
exactly.
LA, I
Like,
feel like I think it's like 2,500 now. You've been doing it for so long. Are you afraid you're gonna like age out or like become irrelevant or like lose the features and like they're gonna pay you less? I don't know. Any fears in your head, or
um,
are you afraid that you're gonna burn out and just like you don't want to do it anymore?
I mean, it'll
Or you,
definitely
you like
like.
sex too much?
I mean, I'll definitely either age out at some point or just get tired of it. But I mean, like, there's 65-year-old men doing porn.
True. Yeah.
So it's like, but I mean, I'd have to like go to the gym and build a little bit of muscle and like do all that, which I'm fucking lazy. So
Yeah.
probably not gonna happen.
Maybe they're gonna make some Mazempic, like muscles plus Ozempic. So
That's called steroids.
true.
It's
Maybe.
called steroids.
But like better version, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
They have implants. You
oh,
can do
true.
implants,
I
the human
interviewed
Kim
guy.
doll,
Yeah. I interviewed him. He had like he showed me. He took it
I
out.
met him a few
Yeah,
times actually.
so.
Yeah. He took it out.
Yeah, he took out his biceps and he showed me his
Oh,
biceps.
I thought you meant like he took it out in front of you, like it was like removable. I was like, what the fuck?
So they took
about?
it out from him. So they
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
washed it and he showed me, and then he threw it in my face, which was a little bit concerning. But yeah, so yeah,
Isn't he
there's-
the one who like invented them?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure.
I need to ask him again. So
I want to
we'll
say
see.
that he's like
Because I
invented
interviewed the
some of the
smaller, the
implants.
younger guy, the one who is not the candid.
His, like, little protege?
Yeah, his little
Yeah.
protege. So I interviewed him. Very nice guy, but yeah. So you're not afraid. Are you? Are you ever like burn out? I don't want to film scene. Like I just don't want to have sex.
I mean, yeah, but like everybody has a day at work where you're just like, I don't want to fucking work.
Yeah,
But
that's like people on TikTok Live.
Yeah.
It's like they
Also,
say.
like men, I've been men.com's longest exclusive that they've ever had. At least that's what they've told me.
Yeah.
It could be a lie, but that's what I've been told. And the odds that another studio is going to pay me anywhere near what they pay me is pretty slim. So, like, there's probably a pay cut coming within, like, the next 2 or 3 years.
Would you ever do like
which is
live
fine.
streams or like on OF? Or you
I've done live streams where it's just like put a camera up and then like you go for it. I have a really hard time like staying into it while trying to also interact with people.
Yeah. The thing is, I just look at some of the porn guys and I was like, how are they gonna like keep doing it? Because I don't feel like it's sustainable for some people. But it's exactly the same thing. Like someone looks at me. And they're like, "What are you gonna do in 5 years? Because like
Yeah.
you're gonna age out this."
It's like I'm gonna invest my money now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, hopefully. Don't look at my stock portfolio now. It's not going well.
I don't have stocks. All of my money's just tied up into a fucking house right now.
Period.
So.
So mine too, just on rent. So no, but my point is like that's what's like a lot of toxic people text me, especially because I do have a lot of haters who expect from me to do a lot of stuff, but I just don't do a lot of stuff that much, which is again I just more shy person, reserved.
Yeah.
I'm not shy sometimes, but
It's like you have
and
the
I
right to
always-
show or like not show whatever you want.
Yeah, and like I always kind of like get this, oh, like his money gonna run away, and it's been 3.5 years. We're still here. We're still pulling in. This year was
would
the
just-
best so far.
Yeah,
so
people have been telling me that I'm gonna age out. My money is gonna run out, and just so you know, I'm making more money now than I ever have. So
actually, that's a good point. Yeah,
yeah.
but I guess it's just. What are your thoughts on like hate? Like, what are your thoughts on? Does it get to you? Because it does get to me at some point. Like I talk to like couple famous people who are famous on social media, and we talked about it. It's like, how do you deal with hate? Because I get a lot, especially if I go viral to like Christian people.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I have like thousands of comments, maybe hundreds of thousands sometimes.
Number one.
There's like, I'm gonna nuke this place. He's ugly. this is terrible. Like, my boyfriend is
Yeah.
29 and I'm 27, and someone would like say shit about my boyfriend. It was like, oh, he's sugar daddy. All I have
It's
is
like,
because
bro,
of sugar,
like,
which is like, we
you're
legit
2 years
split.
apart.
Yeah, but first of all,
What do you
we're 2
mean?
years apart. We split everything 50-50. Like, the reason we're able to live here, because it's
Yeah.
dual income, no kids. So,
Dinks. We love it.
dinks. But people just think that I'm sugar baby. That's why I'm actually coming up with my new TikToks.
Because you're cute.
That's why.
That's why.
He's cute too, though.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, how do you deal with hate?
I am a firm believer in number one. I'm a comment deleting motherfucker. If you say anything on my TikTok that I don't like,
Bye.
yeah, literally 100%, like, you are blocked. I'm sure somebody has made a TikTok out there talking about how I blocked them.
Yeah.
I am a firm believer in I have the right to come back at you. And
Mm-hmm.
people are like, oh, you shouldn't do that because you have a platform and, like, you have a big platform. You shouldn't use it like that.
No, you should.
I have a big fucking platform,
Yeah.
so maybe you should have thought about that before you started talking shit.
Yeah. You know what it
Like,
reminds me?
what do you mean?
It
What
rem-
do you mean?
It reminds me of Taylor Swift when she said, "You know what? You don't have to forgive. You don't have to forget. You can move on, but you don't have to forgive."
Yeah,
This
like-
bitch was like,
Yeah.
you don't have to. You don't own anyone or anything. And I feel like it's so normalized. It's like Chris Olsen got very set up recently on his in TikTok because he got a lot of hate, a lot of hate, and I
Yeah.
understand. And he was like, "Why is
Well,
it so normalized? Like that you can just bully?" But majority of the
Well, and his
people,
hate was for nothing either.
Yeah.
Because everybody was just like, he's annoying.
his hate is success.
But,
I
like-
will be honest. I am always like I texted Chris Olsen, which is a douchey thing to do, but I was like said, "Hey, I've never really like was into you, but now since you're slapping back, you're like I'm really like liking you. Keep going." And I was like, "All right, who the fuck are you that you're really thank you?" And Chris
I
Olsen,
love that you had to throw in
Yeah.
in there. I was never really into
yeah,
you.
this is such a douchey thing to say to him, and I don't even know.
Maybe you've
it-
worded it a little improper.
it's just European, I think. You know, that's
It's the language barrier.
It's the language barrier. My
for
point
sure.
was that I was like really not into him, but then it's like I see the different side of him and I'm like into him, and then he was protecting himself. But also I commented on his TikTok and said, "Hey, finally I love Chris Olsen," and he commented back was like, "Finally," and I was like, and I was
Clocked.
like.
Clock.
Yeah, because I was jealous before of Chris Olsen for a lot of reasons. He's successful. He's nice personality. A lot of not a lot of followers. It doesn't matter. His content is so fresh and unique, and it's pure jealousy. But like I'm never jealous of other people's success to the level of being hateful or something. But
Yeah.
I just wish I was like him. And then instead of sometimes admiring person, you just like, oh, like I'm just gonna be a little more jealous. You know what I mean? So it's
sure.
like, and now I kind of like learned this feeling. It's like, okay, yeah, I was a little jealous. That's why I was like not acknowledging,
Yeah.
him in a way. And again, it's kind of like European thing. I think then I say, you're like, and I'm sure like
Blame it on the accent.
Yeah, I'm sure you read probably this message is like, oh, thanks, babe. Like this opinion, I really needed art.
You're
Like,
blocked now.
Who are you, Art? Like,
See, I just love somebody who's messy on the internet.
yeah,
And I like him a lot more now that he's getting a little messy.
yeah.
Um,
Because he's a Capricorn. He knows how to like
don't know what
slap
that
back.
means.
It means like they're gonna remember.
Oh.
Like they're gonna put you down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but so you just ignore it. You just block, ignore,
Or tear him the fuck apart.
or tear them a fuck apart.
Yeah. It just depends on the mood.
Yeah.
If I'm like feeling a little manic that day,
Mhm.
I'm responding to every fucking hate comment. Because also, when I do respond to the hate comments, those videos do so well.
Do you
They
feed
do
out
so
of
well
it?
for
You
me.
think?
Oh, for sure.
It's like Donald Trump.
For sure.
He like feeds off hating.
Yeah.
I get
But
it.
also, like, the people who are hating on me, like, number one, I'm fucking hotter guys. Number two, I'm probably making better money than you. Number three, like, I get to travel the fucking world. Sorry about it.
I wanna say that I feel like majority of people who truly hate is just like they either wanna be you, or they're just
They want to get fucked like me.
probably, or they would just want the guys who are like you. But the whole
Yeah.
point is just majority of those people have like faceless profiles.
I do love when somebody, like, talks shit on my looks, and then you go to their page and they have their face picture, because I'm like, oh, you fucked up. You fucked up.
Lindsay, you're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite hate comment?
My favorite hate comment that I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
This was when I first started porn. I don't even know if I had scenes released yet. I went and did, like, I had my friend go take pictures of me in this cave. Why I thought like taking pictures in a cave where it's a literally pitch black fucking dark, literally pitch black dark underground, was like a good idea. But clearly the pictures turned out horrible, and I was like 18, and
It happens.
I didn't think they were horrible. They
Yeah.
looking back, terrible fucking pictures. But there's one of me like squatted down, and this guy commented and said I looked like an uncooked chicken wing.
Okay.
And honestly, I really did.
You could
I
see.
really fucking did. I really did. So I was like, it's fair, you know? Like, I appreciate a good roast when it's creative or when it's like actually true and funny. But like, I used to put on Twitter and be like, roast me. But now I think too many people follow me.
What's next for Joey Mills? What are we doing? Are we working on the house right now?
The house is, well, actually, okay. So we have I'm not allowed to tell you what the new TV show is yet.
Oh.
But I have a new TV show that I think we're filming it in November.
Mm-hmm. Where?
In St. Louis.
Okay.
It's only set to be like a 1-season thing. Me and Fantasia Royale are going to be co-host.
Mm-hmm.
And then season 3 of X-Rated comes out sometime next month. I don't know if there's an exact date for it yet, but the premiere was supposed to be today, and nobody was in town.
Okay, so they canceled it.
We're doing it virtually.
Okay, period. Yeah, that's nice. Do you want to settle down at some point? Do you want to have a faithful boyfriend at home? Not necessarily faithful.
Yeah, I don't want them to be faithful. I want to watch you pound out some boys. I'm very satisfied like being single right now, but I'm definitely open to the idea of like coming home and having somebody in my bed. But also like I live in St. Louis. Girl, there's not very many people. There's not very many like gays in St.
Unless they
Louis
move
or
in.
gays that are willing to date a porn star.
Yeah. When you went on a date, maybe, or like at some point in your life, someone told you, "Oh, I'm just not gonna be able to date a porn star. You're cute, but I just don't think I will be able to."
Never in that way. Like I've definitely most people, if we're going on a date, kind of have an idea of who I am beforehand. Or I'll let them know beforehand. Like if you ask me for nudes, I'm just gonna tell you to fucking Google it. 'Cause
True.
It's a lot of.
But you know,
it's a lot of
sometimes
camera
you
roll
just
to
want a
scroll
little
through.
bit exclusive, like. But you want.
Yeah, but like I hate like sexting. I hate taking nudes. Like I don't want to take nudes for you because that's like my job.
Yeah,
Like,
makes sense. Yeah.
A chef doesn't want to come home and cook a fucking meal for like a family, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, like I'm not as sexual of a person outside of work
Same.
as you would think.
Do you have a specific time you want your sexual act to be? With like total time, like do you want it to be 15 minutes, an hour? How fast do you want it?
I like a lot of like making out and like body contact. I love giving head. So I can do that for like hours. I don't mind. Love eating ass. But like penetration, personally I think like ideal penetration time like 15 minutes, maybe 20.
That's so ambitious.
I'm fine. I'm fine with like going for a long time, but like a quickie, I feel like quickies are the best.
Yeah, 6 minutes is the most. Goodbye, thank you. Don't come back.
Yeah. Because at that point, you know, like you get to a point where everything, I don't know, you get a little too opened up.
Yeah. I have just 2 quick questions. Favorite thing about New York?
You.
Okay. Least favorite thing about New York? You.
Least favorite thing about New York? I love visiting this city. I would never live here. Everybody talks about how convenient it is. There's nothing fucking convenient about walking up 4 flights of stairs with your groceries that you had to go through 7 different bodegas to get because there's not a fucking grocery store big enough to hold everything you need. And like having to take your clothes to a laundromat.
So
I also don't like roommates. So like that, yeah.
you would have to like pay 10 grand.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
By yourself. Yeah.
So not
Okay, makes
happening.
sense. All right, guys, please let us know. Joey will come back at some point here, so we'll talk about more topics. Let me know what you want me to ask him for the future, because I'm one of the not a lot of people who can actually get him to do stuff, you know, because he's pretty lazy, as he said. He doesn't want to work, and
I love it.
even when I try to get him to do stuff, what happens is like, let's just get a couple of drinks. Let's just which is I love.
Listen,
I love to escape working. Like I
Yeah.
love it. I just I'm very happy that your flight got canceled or not canceled, that it didn't exist.
That I fucked it up.
That it didn't exist, and now we're gonna probably film one more video today. We'll see how ambitious it is. But thank you, Joey, for
course,
coming to our
anytime.
bedroom and spending time in this king size. How do you like mattress? Is it okay for you?
She's cute. I'm not a
firm?
big fan of like foam mattresses in general. Like when I went and got a mattress, I was like, give me fucking springs. And they were like, I don't have that. And I was like, well, you need to get it or I'm not buying a mattress. And they ordered me a spring mattress with a pillow top.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
I could sleep in it for sure.
Yeah, we just got this king size bed finally. Ugh, cozy. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to go to Joey's website and check it out. It's very tasteful, very beautiful, extremely experienced person. Been here for a while. Again, everything we said in this podcast is a lie or it's not true. So if someone is gonna come after us with illegal accusations, that
This
is
is all
not
alleged.
possible. This is all alleged, and the characters were made up, and the names are just coincidences. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel, and let us know in comments questions to Joey for the next, and like, what do you think about all of this? And don't forget to check out my VIP page. Thank you. Goodbye. The gays of our days. Okay. That was incredible. Ugh, I just got a little too cold here. This fucking thing is...
At least you have AC.